I am making a cheesecake for the Thai family. Now, how do you make a cheesecake in Thailand? Well, we did go to Macro, which is kind of like a large shopping center, and I was able to find the ingredients, which they're not too complex. Just some cream cheese, some white sugar, vanilla, eggs, and I had to find the pecans for the crust, and that's what I'm working on right now. So I'm going to show you how I make the crust for cheesecake. Okay, here it is. So I was able to find the pecans, which was good. 500 baht. This costs about $10, maybe 300-400 baht. 500 grams of it. So more than enough. Now I did do this once before, and unfortunately I burned the cheesecake crust. I tried to cook it first. This is an oven that we have here, and I had it on the highest setting, which I'm still thinking in degrees Fahrenheit, but it was set at 210 degrees Celsius, which I guess is super hot for what I'm trying to do. So, and I'm using this pan. I don't know if this is the right pan or not. At home, the pan that we use is a lot thinner. It's more like tin foil in a sense. And one thing I did with the first time is I coated this with some oil. What oil was it? It was the rice bran oil. Now this time I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna coat it because the cheesecake does have butter in it, the crust does. So what we're doing is, I'm using the pok, what they use to make som tam, and I am crushing the nuts first, and then putting them into melted butter already. So I melted the butter in the microwave, okay? So that's kind of the first step. At the same time, actually while I was trying to cook the first one, I was using the stovetop here, and that's 2 packages of cream cheese, that's a half a cup of sugar, it's a little bit of more butter, 2 capfuls of of vanilla, and what else? 2 eggs are in there. So I'm just gonna let it sit there. It doesn't really need to be hot, and it doesn't really need to be. Ideally, you would be able to mix it with like a hand mixer or something because it's still kind of chunky. But we don't have that here. So what I am doing now is I'm preparing the second time. I hope I don't screw this up the second time. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be making cheesecake here. So I do try to make some things, occasionally something special. A few years ago, I made French toast in the village, and that seemed to be a very interesting, fun experience for everyone. So this time it's cheesecake. As you can see, I am using the pok, right? So they use this to make som tam, which is papaya salad. And I'm actually doing this when nobody's cooking. So it's the evening time. It just happens to be that most of her family is away right now. Or not away, but they went shopping for Christmas and preparing for tomorrow. We're gonna have a Christmas party tomorrow. So only her dad is home right now, and her dad is just watching TV. So I'm actually able to use this right now and try to make this crust. So for this crust, I'm really just eyeballing it. The pan is a lot bigger than I normally use. It's a different kind of pan. I usually use the food processor at home to grind these up. So everything here today is really just first time trying. Okay, so I've basically grinded it enough at this point, I think, Okay, here we have it. Here is the crust, what it looks like right now. So after I just ground it all out, and we're going to try and put it in the pan now. This time it seems like more than I originally expected for the crust, but I'm gonna flatten it out. So one thing I like to do is to flatten it out with like a glass, shot glass, or I did have, what did I see earlier? measuring cup will work. Let's see, I have a measuring cup here, which is easier. And I am putting all of it into the tin here. And usually I try to find something that I can stamp it down with. So I'm just using a 1/4 cup plastic measuring cup to flatten it all out. It looks like I might have too much here, so we'll see. If there's extra, I'll just pull it aside and maybe we'll add it as a crumb at the top later. So, but yeah, that's how we do it. So I just want to get all the edges. Even it out as much as I can. Okay, so here's what it looks like right now. And so I've been stamping it out. So during this time I am preheating again. Let's try it again with cooking it. I'm gonna cook it with my cheesecake here. And just taking the bottom here and using it to stamp extra hot. Or the oven was too hot. So there's too many variables today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour in, I'm gonna mix this up a little bit more just to make sure that, see, it's quite lumpy, and that's just gonna be the case because of, I don't have a proper mixer. It's going in the oven, just put it in. Now, one piece of advice that I like to do is to put some water in the pan. Okay, we're coming up here on the end of 45 minutes. I did it 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and another 15 minutes. So let's take a quick look inside. Now, normally I end up seeing it kind of like cooked on the top. I'm not seeing that right now, so I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, or if it's not hot enough. I did gradually increase the temperature to 180 is where it's at. It's just been staying on at 180, and it's cooking from the top and the bottom. So I added a little bit more water to the tray as well. You can see that. And hopefully it will be ready soon. It smells pretty good at this point. So I don't think it's burning this time, so that's good. And we will see very soon. Okay, the 45 minutes is up. So it smells really good. It actually looks like it's starting to color on the top. So I'm not sure whether I should leave it in a little longer or not. I hate to overcook it, and I hate to undercook it. So I think I'm gonna take it out and try to test it a little bit. I've heard that you need to kind of let it sit and cool down, and then it will kind of cling together. So also, because there's 2 eggs in there, so I'm assuming those eggs would have kind of cooked at this point. Okay, so what I did was I just decided to put it on the top. The oven is still hot and the water is still hot when I was taking it out. So I'm just gonna set it up here and let it kind of finish off. Hopefully it will cook from the bottom a little bit more and cool off as well. So to the touch, it's firm to the touch. So I know we need to let it cool. So maybe we'll let it cool for tonight, and then maybe we'll try it later tonight, or we'll try it tomorrow. We'll see. The first gift of Christmas is... Christmas morning. Merry Christmas to everyone. December 25th, 2021 today. This morning we're trying the cheesecake that I made last night, and I added some of the liquid, the whipping cream, and then we had some blueberries that we bought a few days ago. So I just tried a little bit for today. So let's see how it tastes. compared to what cheesecake should taste like. Very good. The nuts, so the pecans, are a little bit like bigger in pieces than when I'm used to. So it's not as ground as I could have grounded it more. So it's quite a strong flavor. And I think the blueberries really help to make it a little bit extra special. So it does taste a little bit sweet. So I'd probably next time put a little bit less sugar in. But overall, pretty good.
Yeah.